Thank you, everybody. Please be seated. Apologies for getting started a little late. It's a big calendar today, so. Are there any Spanish interpreters? Okay. Okay, we're on record. Okay. We are on the record. This is the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar for September 13th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. If I could have Eugenia Cowboy come to the podium, please, and then if I could have Ted Sully take the seat next to the door. Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Eugenia Cowboy, 7/12/83.
Okay, 7/12/83. Okay, there it is. The system's finally catching up. All right. Ms. Cowboy, you are here on two matters. I'm going to take number 20 on the calendar. That's going to be your most recent matter first. In that matter is a there we go. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just. Okay. The 2025 matter. The 2025 matter stems from a Superior Court arrest warrant for one count of dangerous drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There was a previous finding of probable cause as to both counts. I have appointed a attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by an evidentiary hearing on September 19th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd. The preliminary hearing at 8:30 a.m. Your evidentiary hearing on the 19th is at 1:30 p.m. As to release conditions on this matter, because you are on release for the second matter, the 2023 matter, and that case is still pending. If one, not just you, if any defendant is on release for one matter, active pending matter, and they are charged with a new offense, that new offense is non-bondable. So for the new offense, you are, the 2025 matter, the court is going to hold you non-bondable. You will be able to readdress my decision at your September 19th evidentiary hearing. As to your 2023 matter, number 15 on the calendar, you are here as a result of failure to appear bench warrant. I'm not going to appoint an attorney to represent you since one already exists. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. The previous judicial officer, that was the judicial officer handling your CR 2023 matter, set a bond at the amount of $2,500 in that matter. I'm going to affirm that bond. There are additional release conditions. I'm not going to go over all of them with you here today, but you will receive a copy of them in writing should your release conditions change on your first matter, and you are able to post bond on this second matter. You're going to get a copy of all your paperwork here momentarily. If I could have you step to your left.
Thank you.
Thank you. If I could have Ted Soley come to the podium, please. And then Nicole Soto. If I could have you take a seat next to the door. Good afternoon, sir. Can you give me your full name?
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Ted Michael Soley, Jr.
And your date of birth?
3/1991.
Okay.
I believe my mother is here somewhere watching on a screen.
She may be outside in the lobby.
Yeah.
And your full name has a suffix of junior to it as well?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let the record reflect that, as well as the fact that I've changed it in the IA details. Okay, Mr. Sully, you are, did I pronounce that right, Sully?
Yes.
Okay. You're here on three matters. The first is a matter stemming from a Maricopa County Superior Court grand jury warrant. On that matter, the grand jury has found probable cause to exist that you've committed 2 counts of aggravated DUI, class 4 felonies, and 2 counts of aggravated DUI without a ignition interlock device in your vehicle. Those are also class 4 felonies. Because of the probable cause findings, they have issued an indictment in that case. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this new matter. Your next court date is an arraignment on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. The grand jury has also passed down a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000 secured appearance bond, and I am going to affirm the grand jury's bond amount. Should you be able to post that bond, there are some additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them here today, but they will be included in writing in the paperwork that you are going to receive here shortly. As to your second matter, that's number 21 on the calendar. You are here as a result of the Maricopa County Superior Court probation violation warrant for a class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed a term 1 violation, and the first term of everybody's probation is not to commit new offenses while on probation. So for that case, for the current case that we're discussing, I'm putting together a $50 placeholder bond. It's just so that you can, and listen until you are able to meet the bond amount in that first matter of $50,000. At least you'll be given credit for the time that you're serving, as well as being transported to your next court date. Your third matter is number 22 on the calendar. That's also a probation violation warrant. Yeah, in that matter, I have appointed, that's for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is also September 19th at 8:30 a.m. That's a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing in the downtown Superior Court. That's a Term 1 violation as well.
What is that one for?
Class 4 felony, and that is for... possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of narcotics.
What was the date that occurred?
That was back in, violation date was, you mean for your second probation matter? You're talking about when you were placed on probation, or when did it occur?
No, I know when I was placed on probation was when I got out of DSC, but I'm saying, you said there's a second probation violation for...
For a second matter.
What's the second matter?
It is CR 2018-002-384. And for that, I'm also going to give you a $50 placeholder bond, again, so you get credit as well as be transported to your next court date. Should you meet your release conditions in all your matters, there are additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm going to give you a copy of all that. I'm not going to go over them with you here today. You should be getting a copy of your paperwork on all three matters, so you'll have it in front of you here momentarily. If I can have you step to your right.
Is there any way that you could lessen the $50,000 a little bit? I just got a new job a couple weeks ago at a carpentry shop, and it was hard enough for me to get that job, and I'm making decent money. Like I'll appear to all my court hearings. I plan on getting private counsel for all of my cases as well. I know you said you would appoint attorneys, but I plan on getting private counsel.
Sure. And until that happens, at least you'll have an attorney. As decreasing your bond amount, the grand jury has heard testimony and evidence that I don't have access to, so I can't tell what they've heard and what they didn't, what applies, what doesn't, I can't give weight to anything because I don't see it. It was offered to them, and based on that, they proceeded with the indictment and the bond amount. So that's why I'm not inclined to change it, because I don't have this access to the same information that they have. So I'm going to affirm the bond in that. However, you can readdress your release conditions, especially with the bond, once either you hire private counsel or you meet with your, court-appointed attorney. If I could have you step to your left, please. Nicole Soto. And if I can have Jerry Chavez come to the seat next to the door, please. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Nicole Ray Soto, 21677.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you are here on a out-of-county warrant stemming from the Lake Havasu City Consolidated Court. It is for an ag DUI, Class 4 felony, and a failure to appear in the first degree they're listing it as a Class 5 felony. I have ordered that an attorney be appointed to represent you at your next hearing. I can't appoint an attorney here because it's not in Maricopa. Your next hearing will take place in Maricopa County. It'll take place in the other county. Let's see here.
Your Honor, I just turned myself in to take care of other warrants and was released out of 3 other counties. I just started a job. I have a child, and all of a sudden this is popping up, and they bring me into custody. A 10-year-old son. I turned myself in to take care of everything. That kid was literally released out of jail less than like 7 days ago because I wanted to take care of everything, and now all of a sudden they're ruining my life.
This is stemming from April of 2023, so this is over 2 years, 2.5 years old. With an ag DUI, there's some, statutory minimums involved as well. So, Lake Havasu, Mojave County was contacted, and they said that they are, I'm looking at the paperwork, they are willing to come down and have you extradited.
7 days ago they did. Why didn't they do this then?
Sometimes paperwork is slow to catch up. I'm gonna affirm you are bondable, but I am going to affirm the other judges' bond amount. Give me 1 second. He, I believe it's a, I'm sorry, Jill Davis. They requested or they put down in the out-of-county warrant a bond in the amount of $5,000, and that would only be cash only. So it's
not possible.
It's not a secure appearance, but it's a cash only bond. Somebody from Mojave County has indicated that they are willing to bring you back up there.
What's the time frame? Do they have to come get me?
I know they've been contacted, and they said that they're willing to come. So they should. I mean, if they don't come, if you're in here for a while.
How long can they make me sit here? I just got on my bike. I turned myself in, take care of all of this. I mean, all of a sudden.
And I appreciate that, and I commend you for trying to take care of this matter, of those other matters. This matter is, again, almost 2.5.
Literally just out of jail, released from
2.5 years old, and that's what my concern is as well. So that's why I'm affirming the cash only bond of $5,000. Your next court date, is that an arraignment on the 17th?
How long can I sit here?
So your next court date is in Lake Havasu Consolidated Court on the 17th. That's 4 days from now.
So they have to be here within 4 days?
So that's, if they don't, if they're not, and you're still here, we can address it then. But they will, your next court date is on the 17th in Lake Havasu. All right. Please step to your left, and you'll get a copy of all my orders and your paperwork. Thank you. Jerry Chavez. And if I can have Emmanuel Guerra come to the seat next to the door, please. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Jerry Chavez, November 9, 1985.
Thank you very much. November 9th, 1980. Okay. All right, Mr. Chavez, you're here on two matters. I'm going to start with number 26 on the calendar. That's a 2024 matter. That is for 4 counts of ag DUI, all class 4 felonies. That matter is an out-of-county warrant as well. That is from Navajo County Superior Court that was issued. You may have an attorney. You know what? I'm going to have to. Just let me. We're gonna have to reprint this number 26. I'm gonna order that an attorney be appointed to you at your next hearing. which is going to be in the other county. They have indicated a willingness to come and pick you up as well. The previous bond amount that was set by the judicial officer in that other hearing, in the other county, was $20,000 as a secured appearance bond. I'm going to go ahead and affirm that amount now. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing in the Navajo County Superior Court on September 17th at 8:30 a.m. Should you bond out, there's additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them, but they'll be included in writing in the information, in the documents you're about to receive. Your other matter is number 11 on the calendar, and that is a probation violation warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you on that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on September 19th. September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. So I know you're going to be juggling a lot, so it depends on if they get here when they get here. It is alleged on that matter that you have committed a Term 1 violation. Term 1 violation meaning you can't commit new offenses while on release, on probation. The bond amount in that matter is you know what? I'm going to have to reprint this as well. Sorry. I am affirming the prior bond amount that was put in place by the previous judicial officer in the amount of $2,500. There's some additional release conditions that you must abide by if you're able to post bond in all these matters. I'm not going to go over all of them. They will all be included in the paperwork. Again, you're about to receive. We're printing out new copies of everything, and you should be getting them shortly. In the meantime, if I can have you step to your left, I'm sure one of the officers will give them to you, your paperwork soon.
Okay, thank you.
Did I not save? So save. Yeah? Okay. Emmanuel Guerra, if I can have Emmanuel Guerra take the podium, and then Gary Sutton, if I can have Gary Sutton come to the chair next to the door, please. Can I proceed, or do you want me to hold on? Can I keep going, or do you want me to? Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Could you give me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Emmanuel Guerra.
And what's your date of birth?
0204-1919.
Did you say February 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Sir, you're here on 3 separate matters. I'm going to start with the newest one first.
Okay.
And that's your 2025 matter. It's a new case with new allegations.
Okay.
The first allegation is one count of burglary, Class 4 felony. The second one is possession of dangerous drugs. That is listed as a Class 5 felony, but it should be listed as a Class 4 felony. And your third allegation is a possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, as to the 2 drug-related offenses, I have found that no probable cause exists as to those offenses. So therefore, I cannot hold you on those offenses, but I did find probable cause that exists as to the burglary charge. Okay. As so, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you in that matter, in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. Let's see. As to this matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you are able to post that bond, some additional conditions of release apply. One, that you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you have no contact with the alleged victims. There are other conditions of release that you must abide by as well. I'm not going to go over all of them, but all of them will be included in the paperwork you will be receiving shortly. As to your second matter, that's number 29 on the calendar. It's CR 2023 matter. You are here on a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you on that matter. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. In the downtown Superior Court. As to this matter, I have put together, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond because of the term 1 violation that you're looking at here. The secured appearance bond is in the amount of $50. And that's more of a placeholder bond, so then therefore you start getting credit. If you don't post bond on the first matter, that you'll start getting credit for the time that you're in here, as well as being transported to your next court date. Your last matter is number 30 on the calendar. That's also a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter. Your next court date in that matter is September 19th, along with the other matter, and that is the other probation matter, and that is for a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. For this matter, I have placed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. And again, that's going to be acting more as a placeholder than it's the court's intent that act more as a placeholder, so you get credit for time served as well as transported to your new court dates. Again, as with all the other matters, there are additional release conditions should you be able to post the bond. I'm not going to go over all of them with you today, but you're going to get it all in writing for all 3 matters here in a moment. If I can have you step to your left, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Gary Sutton, and if I can have Sonia Garcia come to the chair next to the door, please. Good afternoon, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Gary Levan Sutton, 03/22/1972.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sutton, you're here on a new matter arising from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for the allegation of 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of disobeying or resisting an order or mandate from the court. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court has considered the totality of the circumstances and has imposed the following release conditions. A secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. That's secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond, you will then be released to the supervision of pretrial services. And that is to include an electronic monitoring device placed on you prior to your release from jail. Also, prior to if you are able to be released, or if you are able to post your bond and are able to be released, certain release conditions will apply: that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime, and that you have no contact with the alleged victim or any witnesses in your matter. You're also to abide by and obey by any of the terms of any order of protection that is issued or will be issued against you, and you are to And I think that's it. I'm gonna have to reprint that. I believe that's it. There are other release conditions, that apply should you be able to post bond. Not gonna go through every single one of them, but, you're gonna get a copy of all of them in the paperwork you're about to receive here shortly.
Is there any way I can get any lenience on the secured bond? Right now, I'm going through my mental health evaluations because I'm prior military, so I'm going through my mental health evaluations, stuff like that, my psych eval. I just had my other one a couple weeks ago, so I got my percentage up to 100 now, so they're helping me with all of my stuff. But
100% disabled through the VA?
yes, it
should be signed. I think I did.
Yeah, or are you sending it?
my only contact.
Can I look at it before? I don't know which version.
I can make everything happen, and they are working with me right now, my military liaison. So this all in work right now. This is just a mishap, but we're getting forward. We're already going forward towards there. But if there's any lenience.
Oh, okay, so this is what I would, again, I can't give you, this is what I would suggest. You have court coming up in about 5 days.
Correct.
September 18th.
Correct.
When you meet with your attorney, I would recommend talking to your attorney about placing you in Veterans Court. There's a special court here, a sub-court, that a part of the Superior Court that handles veterans and veteran matters more specifically.
So I can't be assigned to that now. I have to wait to see another attorney.
Correct. You have to see another judge and then another attorney, because I can't order you to get into Veterans Court. But once you meet with your other attorney and in front of the other judge, then you can also discuss the release conditions. At this point, given what I see, and they'll be able to confirm the Veterans Court and your veteran status. I can't confirm that here. They should have more information as this case moves forward, as it develops. So based on the information, the probable cause statement information that I'm looking at here, the court's imposition of the $5,000 bond will stand. Because I don't have any other information. I mean, I respect what you're saying to me, and I'm inclined to believe it, but I can't verify anything. So with that said, the court's orders as to your release, including the electronic monitoring device, will stand. All right.
So how much is it, you said?
It's $5,000 secured appearance.
So what does that mean? I have to pay the whole $5,000?
No, typically what happens, and I don't know, I can't tell you for 100%. Typically, what happens is people can pay the entirety, or you can go through a bond company. One of the officers here will give you information about bond companies. They will collect calls from the jail, is what I'm told. So typically, what they want is about 10% down, which is $500, and then the rest, you two will arrange a collateral, and then that's it. So some of them require a little bit more. Sometimes some of them require a bit less, but generally, from what I hear, it's about 10%, which in your case is $500. Okay. $500. All right. Thank you very much. Please step to your left. Sonia Garcia, and if I have Deanna Buckley. Good evening, ma'am. We just crossed over. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Sonia Patricia Garcia, July 6, 1987.
Thank you very much. Ms. Garcia, you are here on a new matter arising from the Maricopa County Superior Court with the following allegations: 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The court has reviewed the circumstances in your matter and has found that probable cause exists as to both counts. As such, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, again, after considering the factors as presented to the court thus far, I believe that a secured appearance bond is appropriate in your matter. The secured appearance bond will be in the amount of $25,000 secured appearance. If you are able to post that bond, there are some additional release conditions that apply, among which are that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime and that you have no contact with the alleged victim or victims in your matter. The rest of the release conditions I'm not going to go over, but they will be included in the paperwork that you are about to receive here shortly. Thank you very much. If you could step to your left. Deanna Buckley, and if I can have Janae Jenkins come to the chair next to the door, please. Good evening, ma'am. Could I have you give me your full name and address?
Yes, it's Deanna Nicole Buckley, 516-1984.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Buckley, you are here on a new matter arising out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you committed 3 counts of aggravated assault, class 4 felonies, 2 counts of misconduct or disorderly conduct involving the use of a weapon. That's a class 6 felony. 2 counts of assault with intent to injure. It's as a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor, and DUI also as a misdemeanor. As to all of those counts, I do find that probable cause exists. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, also at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, given the totality of the circumstances and the amount of the alleged victims involved, the court has determined that a secured appearance bond is appropriate. The court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $35,000 secured appearance. Should you be able to post that bond, you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims. There are other release conditions that you must abide by should you be able to post the bond. I'm not going to go over all of them with you, but you will receive all of those conditions as well with all my orders in the paperwork that you are about to receive.
And yes, I am the only one that works with my doctor for patients. Is there any way that I could, he would have to move all of those patients that are, we work with a lot of elderly patients with complex medical conditions. Is there any way that we could do it Friday or Tuesday? Because without me, he would have to close that entire clinic.
Okay, so the dates involved are generated not by me, but they are generated based on certain things, especially as they relate to timeliness of a defendant who may be in custody. So the dates that I've given you are necessary because certain timelines activate when somebody's arrested. You have to see a judge within 24 hours here in Maricopa County, and then you have to see you have to go see another judge in another matter to determine how that matter moves forward or how your matter moves forward within a certain period of time. So that's why September 18th was picked. It wasn't just.
And it can't be any other. My doctor is not going to be there on a Thursday for a late.
Because if the timelines, if the statutory timelines, if a defendant, if those timelines expire in terms of any defendant, then the state may be forced to dismiss the case. So it is important that those timelines for everybody involved is.
Yeah, I just didn't know if the last Thursday of this month, if that still fit that timeline, that's all, because my office is closed.
That would be outside those timelines.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Janae Jenkins. I'm sorry? Oh. And if I can have Jesus Campos come to the chair next to the door, please. That's fine. Let's do it. Miss Jenkins, could you give me your full name and date of birth, please?
Janae Sharice Jenkins, date of birth 6/11/1998.
Thank you very much. Ms. Jenkins, you are here on a new matter. It actually stems from the Maricopa County Superior Court grand jury. So it is a grand jury warrant that has been issued. A grand jury indictment has been handed down. The grand jury has determined that there was probable cause to exist to pass an indictment on the following allegations against you. 2 counts of trafficking in stolen property, Class 2 felonies, 1 count of fraudulent schemes, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of conspiracy, a Class 2 felony, 2 counts of theft of means of transportation, both Class 3 felonies, and 1 count of illegally conducting an illegal enterprise, a Class 3 felony. The grand jury, not me, the grand jury has decided that probable cause exists as to all counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is an arraignment on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, give me 1 second.
Am I allowed to say something?
Yes. I just want to give you a whole bunch of information first because it may answer your questions, and if not, we'll still continue to talk about it. As to your release conditions, the grand jury has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. $5,000 secured appearance bond.
So I have to bond out $5,000.
It's a secured appearance bond. So you can pay the entirety of the amount, or you can, some folks do what some folks do, which is contact a bond company. And they usually, again, don't quote me on this, but usually the bond company requires somebody to put about 10% down, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. So, and then the rest in collateral. So
I'll have to sit until then?
You can contact a bond company. They do accept collect calls from jail. But until that bond gets posted, you would remain in custody.
Is there any way that we can possibly lower? I have proof, which is in my property in my phone. My background check. So first and foremost, I didn't even know I had a warrant. They informed me during the traffic stop earlier that I had a warrant for my arrest that was issued back in August. If I would have known, I would have taken care of it, but I just did a background, they did a background check. It was 7 years for Progress Residential that I'll be starting Tuesday, and nothing came back.
Sometimes grand jury warrants are sealed until at such point that, so they may not come back. They're not information accessible to the public. Again, about changing your release conditions, the bond amount, the facts related to all of these charges, I don't get a chance to look at those facts.
Right.
The grand jury does.
Right.
And based on that, they passed it down. So,
but if I've never been a flight risk, or if I've never missed any other prior court dates with my previous background, there's not a way with you being my judge at this moment. It's not a way that we can somehow waive it. Maybe I get an ankle monitor.
I can't because again, I'm not privy to the same information the grand jury did. However, you are going to be appointed an attorney, and you are going to be meeting with that attorney. You could be you can address these issues with him or her and about accommodating a possible modification of your release condition with future judges.
And when would that be that I'll be able to?
On your next court date is September 19th.
And that's my daughter's birthday. So if I was to bond out tonight, I'll leave tonight and come the 19th, will I be at risk of getting locked back up or?
No, if you bond out and as long as you appear at your hearing on the 19th, you'll be fine.
Okay, but just as of right now, I have to call a bail bond, $5,000 is my bond.
A bail bond, a family
Or,
member.
yeah, whatever.
Somebody, yeah, you would have to post that $5,000 secured appearance bond. Make sure you tell them it's secured appearance, it's not cash.
Secured.
Secured.
Okay, and one more question. After this, will I be able to leave out to make a call? So
Yeah,
I
I mean, the officers will provide you with information on the bond companies.
Okay, well, I have the money. I know my dad has the money, but the quicker I can call him, the quicker we can get started. So I'm saying like
That's fine. That's fine. They'll as soon as you're done here, you can.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll gain access.
Okay, I just don't, and I also don't want to miss my court date as well. And so you want to be.
We have to move on. I mean, these are your release conditions. Please contact, family member or the bond company in relation to that.
Okay.
Anything else you can discuss with your attorney.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Let me take a quick pause here. Is Steve Holder, is the other Judge Pro Tem here? You know?
I can ask.
Because I'm seeing four warrants, search warrants that are on the critical list. Okay, 6, 12. Okay. Did we do Jesus Campos?
Yes.
Okay. We did?
No, we need to do.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that doesn't look. Jesus Campos is next. Amanda Lutz, if I could have Amanda Lutz take a seat next to the door, please. Sure.
I need to warm up a little bit.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you too. Sir, could you give me your full name and date of birth?
Jesus Javier Campos, date of birth 11/13/1982.
All right, sir, you are here out of a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant.
Yeah. I don't know why. I shouldn't been like that. My lawyer assured me he was going to speak with the judge because I called him and let him know my legs were swollen. I couldn't even move from my bed. I've been in bed for 2 days before my court date. He said, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Get better. I'll call you with a new date."
You know, and I hear that sometimes as well, but here's the thing. As of today, that bench warrant is still active.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I don't know why.
it hasn't been quashed, so I don't see anything in the system. Let me just double check. Yeah, I don't see anything in the system, even a request by an attorney to quash the warrant. So the last thing I see is September 8th in terms of the issuance of the warrant, but no one has even called or requested anything.
I called my lawyer, and I have the phone call on my phone. It's recorded because I recorded when I told him my wife was my witness.
So based on the fact that it's still an active warrant and there's no motions pending, I'm not going to appoint you another attorney. You have an attorney already.
I don't want that attorney. I want to fire.
I'm going to affirm him for now, or him or her for now. You can talk to the court about new counsel at your next court date. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd. That's going to be, the 18th is going to be about 5 days out, also at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. Given the fact, again, there's an active warrant. I don't see any motions for modification or, to quash the warrant. And your prior release conditions were pretrial services.
Yes, sir. And I have done everything they asked me. I have a job. I have everything. Right now, I'm dying if I don't get my treatments done.
Yeah.
My legs are drying up on me. I need to get my treatment. I need to go to the doctor. I was supposed to see the rheumatologist today. I didn't make that appointment. I have surgery on the 29th. I can't leave my family just like that, sir. I have done everything. I thought I'd talk to my lawyer. I trusted him. That was my mistake. And now this is what happened.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I just can't confirm it. So I am going to impose a secured appearance bond in your matter. Your attorney can do a release modification if he or she wants to, but at your next court date. Your secured appearance bond is in the amount of $2,500, $2,500, to ensure your appearance at your next court date. There are some additional release conditions. I'm not going to go through all of them. You're going to get them in writing here momentarily.
You cannot, senor, you're killing me, Judge.
Are you done, Judge? That's it. Thank you very much.
I want that judge. I want that arrested. That lawyer is fired, sir. I want his bar. He's killing me as well as you. And I'm suing court.
Amanda Lutz, when you have a chance. Hey, good evening, Ms. Lutz. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth, please?
Amanda Lutz, 8/1995.
Thank you very much. Ms. Lutz, you're here on two matters. The first is number 13 on the calendar. It is a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I am appointing an attorney to represent you, and your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. As to this matter, it is alleged that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. The court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. $1,000 secured appearance bond. Should you make that bond or post that bond. There are some additional release conditions that you must abide by. They will be included for you in writing. I'm not going to go over all of them. Your next matter is number 14 on the calendar. That is also a probation violation warrant out of the Superior Court for a Class 6 felony. I am appointing an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing also on September 19th, the same date as your other one at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. It is alleged that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of that probation matter as well. For this matter, I'm imposing a $1,000 secured appearance bond as well. So for a total of $2,000, $1,000 for each case. Should you post bond, again, in this matter, there are additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you will get them in writing. One of the most important of which is that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All right, that's it. Thank you very much.
So I got time served of 3 days, or whatever, 2 more days. So that's not including this. Then that means I'm going to be in here longer or what?
So your next court date is the 19th, which is about 6 days from now. But that might be a different matter.
Yeah, it's a different case.
From next door? From
Yeah,
the city of Phoenix?
so 2 days and then this. Okay.
Yeah. All
Cool.
right. Thank you very much. Deanna Esplin. And if I could have Gib Yazi take the chair next to the door, please. Good afternoon. Oh, no, we're evening. Good evening, ma'am. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Deanna Espeline, 8287.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You are here on a new case with the allegations being 1 count of abuse, a Class 4 felony, child abuse, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of endangerment, Class 6 felony, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. As to the endangerment count, I did not find probable cause existed on that count alone. As to the other counts, the other 2 counts, I did find probable cause existed. As to both of those counts, I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th at 8:30 in the morning, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 1st at 8:30 in the morning. Both matters will be in the downtown Superior Court. As to release conditions, I am releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. So you will be getting information on how to contact pretrial services as part of the paperwork that you're going to be getting. Make sure you do so within 24 hours. Call them first thing Monday morning.
Okay.
There are additional release conditions, and it's important that you listen because they're very involved, very detailed. I'm also ordering that a electronic monitoring device be installed prior to your release. So you cannot be released until that electronic monitoring device is installed. There are no curfew restrictions. I've made that part of my order, but I am gonna. Some people refer to it as an ankle bracelet. I am going to order that an ankle bracelet be installed. The other release conditions are that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime, that you have no contact with the alleged victim. Now, I understand that the scene of the alleged crime may be your residence. So part of my order is that you find an alternative residence to reside in pending this matter.
So my daughter and I don't return there, right?
Correct, okay. that address. Because it may be your address, your residence. I have also issued, as part of my orders, 1 civil standby order. And what that means is that you contact the local law enforcement in your city and make an appointment with them to meet you at your residence, so then you can take out certain personal belongings, as you won't be there, until your case ends, or after, depending on how your case resolves, or until there is a modification in your release conditions.
Okay.
A copy of all my orders, including some of the stuff that I haven't gone over, will be given to you. But yes.
I will be leaving today.
To pretrial services, you'll be released through the supervision of pretrial services. However, before you leave, you have to have the electronic monitoring device put on your ankle.
Okay. So but I will be released by Monday, right? Because I do work, and I'm the only one. I mean,
I don't know how quickly they'll be able to install the electronic monitoring.
And what is
device.
that for?
That is to ensure, it has a GPS system as well, that is to ensure that you don't come in proximity to the alleged
I won't.
crime scene.
Okay.
Scene of the crime. Okay.
So I'm not leaving today.
I don't know. I can't say that because you're gonna be released as soon as they put the ankle bracelet on. I think there's specific times when they do that. I don't know if that's a time that's left today or it's going to be tomorrow before they do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Gibyazi? And if I can have Adrienne Moniz come to the chair next to the door, please. Good evening, sir. Could I have you give me your full name and date of birth, please?
Good evening, Your Honor. Gib J. Yazzie, 11/30/1998.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is the allegation of which is one count of aggravated assault, a class 4 felony. I have found probable cause I have determined that probable cause exists as to that count. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on October 1st at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court, both at 8:30, if I didn't already mention it. As to your release conditions, I am going to be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. So along with all the paperwork you're going to receive today, you're going to be receiving information on how to contact pretrial services. Make sure you give them a call within 24 hours or first thing Monday morning. There are some additional release conditions that I'm going to ask that you abide, or I'm going to order that you abide by, not to return to the scene of the alleged crime and have no contact with any of the alleged victims. There's other release conditions that I'm not going to go through with you, but they will all be included in the documents you'll be receiving. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Adrienne Moniz, and if I can have Lydia Cedillo come to the chair next to the door, please. Good evening, ma'am. Could you give me your full name?
Good evening, Your Honor. Adrienne Moniz, 82779.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you're here on a justice court warrant out of the West Mesa Justice Court for criminal trespass or 2 counts of criminal trespass, both class 1 misdemeanors. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in your case. Your next court date is in arraignment on September 30th at 8:30 a.m., again in the West Mesa Justice Court. They are, the court's address is going to be in the paperwork you are going to be receiving. I believe that if you go to your next court date, you should be able to handle this matter pretty quickly. To that end, as long as you promise me that you will attend your next court date on September 30th, I will release you on your own recognizance. Do you so promise?
I promise.
And versus this you coming back here.
I know.
Then it is so ordered that you are released on your own recognizance. You are not to return to the scene of the crime. You're not to have any contact with the victims or victim in this matter. In addition, there are other release conditions, all of which you're going to get a copy of. And good luck.
Thank you.
Back to your life.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lydia Cedillo, please. And Jeremy Williams to the chair next to the door, please. Is that add-on coming?
So they expire at 8:42,
Okay.
if you would want to see them like a standard at 8 p.m. or now. They're out of county.
Yeah, let's do it at 8.
At 8?
Yeah, so then I'll take them first.
Okay.
You know what I mean, just so I can, okay. Just so I can have a chance to review those warrants. Good evening, ma'am. Could you give me your full name and date of birth?
Lydia Cedillo, and August 12th, 1983.
Thank you very much. You are here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, one count of possession of prescription drugs, a Class 4 felony, one count of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, one count of criminal trespass, misdemeanor, and one class of obstructing police, also Class 1 misdemeanor. As to all counts, I do find that probable cause exists. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 1st, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. I have considered the totality of the circumstances in your matter, and I am right now inclined to release you on your own recognizance as long as you promise me that you will appear on September 29th, your next court date.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Then as such, I'm ordering you released on your own recognizance. There are some additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go through all of them.
Okay.
But you will get a copy of everything in the paperwork here momentarily.
Okay.
If I can have you step to your left. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jeremy Williams, and then Josephine Birmingham, if I can have you take a seat next to the door. Good evening, Mr. Williams. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Jeremy Williams, 11891.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Williams, you're here on two matters. I'm going to start with the newest one first. It is a new matter arising from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, one class of drug paraphernalia. It's listed here as a Class 5 felony, but it should be listed as a Class 6 felony, and one count of obstruction, refusing to give your true name to law enforcement. That's a misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to all counts. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on October 1st at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. Again, I'm looking at all the factors in your case, and if you promise on record and to me that you will appear at your next court date on September 29th, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. Do you so promise?
Yes.
Okay. Then at that point, I'm going to order you be released on your own recognizance. There are some additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you are going to receive a copy of them, and along with all my orders here in a moment. Please step to your left. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I did that prematurely. Sorry about that, because you have two matters, and I didn't do the second one. The second matter is number 17 on the calendar. That's a probation violation warrant. I have a point for a Class 6 felony. So I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. It is alleged that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 7 of your probation. But in considering this case with the other one, if I'm going to release you on the other one, I'm going to release you on this one too, on your own recognizance. So for both matters, you're getting out on your own recognizance. Along with this matter, your promise to appear on the September 19th.
All right.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. You promise to appear? Okay, say yes for the record.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. All right, you'll be getting a copy of all your paperwork here momentarily. Please step to your left.
All right.
Josephine Birmingham, please. And if I can have Simon Franklin come to the seat next to the door. Why does this keep moving? Good evening, ma'am. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Josephine Nora Birmingham, 5685.
Thank you very much. You're here on a new matter. It is alleged that you have committed one count of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. I have determined that probable cause exists as to that count. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 1st, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, I am going to be releasing you, but not OR. I am going to be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. So in the information that you're going to get, which includes some release conditions I have not gone over with you, you are also going to be receiving information on how to contact pretrial services. Make sure you do so within 24 hours, and in this case, first thing Monday morning, 8:01 a.m. You should be calling pretrial services just to check in with them.
Yes, sir.
All right. If you could step to your left, you'll get a copy of your paperwork. Simon Franklin. Simon Franklin. And if I could have Samantha Lopez take a seat next to the door. All right, give me one. Could you give me your full name and date of birth, please?
Simon Keeler Franklin, 21796.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Ms. Franklin, you are here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of aggravated domestic violence, a class 6 felony, and one count of criminal damage, a misdemeanor, and one count of disorderly conduct, also a misdemeanor. As to all counts, I do find that probable cause exists to hold you. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th at 8:30 a.m., followed by an evidentiary hearing on September 19th at 1:30 p.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd at 8:30 a.m. On this matter, ma'am, it is my understanding that you have an active matter. In considering the release conditions in this matter, it's my understanding that you have an active matter out of the Navajo County Superior Court for aggravated assault.
Yes, Your Honor. And, sorry, I did take care of that. My next, court date for that is October 2nd, where I'm clearing up some warrants that I had. So, okay. I've been taking steps to do that, sir. And, I went 7 days sober and had a drink one night, because I've been working on my sobriety. It's not court appointed yet, but I'm taking online AA class meetings I've been attending. So I'm applying myself, and, I'm looking for work as well.
Good for you.
Interviews lined up on Monday, so, I'm doing my best. I'm making a change, and... Okay. And I commend you for that. The court commends you for that, especially doing it on your own initiative. Yes.
Here's the situation, however, with your case. And I don't want this situation to deter your determination to keep and maintain your sobriety, whether it's in here or out there. It reflects very well on you that you're doing so on your own volition.
Yes, Your Honor.
However, here's the procedurally on this case. Because you have an open case, in another county, or it doesn't matter, if you have another open felony case and you commit a new felony offense while you have an open pending felony case, not just you, but pursuant to statute, any defendant that does this kind of thing is then to be held non-bondable. So I cannot impose bond or any kind of release conditions on you because of that other open case. So you're going to be here, you're going to be, you're going to have a chance to readdress these release conditions, the ones that I've just imposed on the 19th, and maybe they will change.
Okay.
If they do so, I know you may miss some interviews and all that you have scheduled.
Yes.
But stay on track. Stay on track here, and stay on track, if your release conditions change. Try to handle and monitor both courts. It's an uphill battle, I know. If it was easy, everyone would do it. And I commend you now for taking those first steps to doing it, especially with sobriety and employment. So,
thank you, sir.
With that said, you are being held non-bondable, but who knows, maybe that will change in a couple of days on the 19th.
Okay.
All right, you're going to get a copy of your release condition. Thank you.
I did have one question.
Sure.
I have court on Wednesday in Chandler, at 1:30. How would I just talk to?
Yeah, I don't know if the Sheriff's Department, you're being held here, so the Sheriff's Department may be transferring you over. However, Chandler should also realize that you're here and not. So Chandler PD may send somebody, if the Sheriff's Department doesn't transfer you, Chandler PD may come and take you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Samantha Lopez. Well, Ms. Lopez, please give me your full name and date of birth.
Samantha Ann Lopez, June 16th, 1986.
Thank you very much. Ms. Lopez, you're here on a new matter. It is one count. The allegation is one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony. I do find probable cause exists as to that count. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on October 1st, also at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to this matter, weighing the totality of all your circumstances, I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance. There are some additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them with you, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. Thank you very much. If you could step to your left.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, so who's next? Who did I skip somebody? I know we have Martin, and we have Stephen. All right, let's do Taylor Matano.
We're doing Isaiah first?
Yeah, and then Samantha Lopez, we just did her. So let's do Taylor Mercado. Taylor Mercado. I thought I saw you there. All right, very nice. There's one more. Ms. Mercado, please give me your full name, and if I mispronounced it, please, my apologies. Give me your full name and date of birth.
Taylor Ann Machado, 10/29/92.
Thank you very much, Machado. Ms. Machado, you are here today on a new matter. It involves 2 counts of aggravated assault, a class 4 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest, a misdemeanor, 1 count of disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, 1 count of indecent exposure, a misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, also a misdemeanor. As to all counts, the court does find that probable cause exists. As such, I am appointing you an attorney to represent you in your matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, also at 8:30 a.m., both matters in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, I am going to be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. So you will get information on how to contact pretrial services. You have to do so within 24 hours. I know it's the weekend, so please, first thing, 8:01 a.m., Monday morning, contact pretrial services. So you can be in compliance with my orders. My orders also include, I'm not going to go through all of them, but they also include that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with any of the alleged victims. There are other orders that pertain to your release conditions. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you will get a copy of all my orders here as part of your paperwork as you step to your left. Thank you very much. Okay. So I know we have a few more, but. You know how I know Steve's here? Because there's no warrant. There's no more warrant in the jail.
He tends to do that.
Good. All right, fantastic. If I can take, the next matter is Isaiah Martin, and if I can have Steve Harris take a seat next to the door, please. Good evening, Mr. Martin. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Isaiah Nicholas Martin, 12/7/2002.
Thank you very much. Mr. Martin, you are here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It involves one count of child sex trafficking under the age of 15 and one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. The previous charge was a Class 2 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I am appointing an attorney. I'm going to get to your question. But let me get out my information just in case it answers any of your questions. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, the court has weighed the totality of your circumstances and feels that a bond is appropriate. As such, I am ordering a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000, $50,000. If you are able to post that bond, I am also ordering that that you be released to the supervision of pretrial services and that an electronic monitoring device be installed on your person prior to you being released from jail. Other release conditions include that you not have any contact with the alleged victim in this matter, and there are more release conditions should you be able to post bond. I'm not going to go through all of them, but all of them will be provided to you in writing here momentarily. You had a question?
I did. The narcotic charge. The only thing I was aware of was that my car had my medication that's prescribed to me in the car. And then I also know when I showed up to the detention center, before they put me in the cruiser and brought me there, they searched me 3 times on both body cams that should show that. And then when I got out of the police cruiser at the detention center, there was a baggie with white stuff on the floor. They automatically blamed me, but they searched me 3 times before I got in the car.
Okay. It is alleged that you had approximately 1.7 grams of cocaine in your possession, which tested positive for cocaine. That's why I found probable cause as to that. Regarding whether or not it may be yours, this is something to take up with the court-appointed counsel that I have provided for you. You should be seeing that counsel on or about September 18th, which is about 5 days from now.
Okay.
The other charge, other than the cocaine charge or the narcotics charge, is a Class 2 felony. The narcotics charge is a Class 4 felony. So it just weigh the both of them respectively. But talk to your attorney about, your feelings regarding the possession of narcotics as well.
Okay, 'cause, I mean, they never, like, tested me or anything for drugs. I've never been on cocaine in my life. Like I said, the only narcotics that should have been found were in my car, were prescribed to me. Like I said, the baggie was found in the car. And he claims he cleaned his car, but I don't believe that because they searched me 3 times before I got in their cruiser.
As more evidence develops on this matter, along with police reports, body cam, all that stuff, that is something for your attorney to address, as it matures, as it develops, as it comes about. So with that, please step to your left and have a copy of your paperwork.
Thank you.
And if I can have Stephen Harris, please. Hello, Mr. Harris. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
How you doing, Your Honor? Stephen Everett Harris, 31271.
Thank you very much. Mr. Harris, you are also here on a brand new matter arising out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed 1 count of sexual child sex trafficking with an individual under the age of 15 as a Class 2 felony. I have found probable cause I have found probable cause as to that offense. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your release conditions, given the totality of the circumstances, the court feels appropriate that a secured appearance bond be in place, and as such, I have imposed a $50,000 secured appearance bond. There are some additional release conditions that you must abide by. So first of all, if you are able to post that bond before you are released, you are required to have installed on your person an electronic monitoring device and that's going to be before you get released. And then upon your release, you're not to have any contact with the alleged victim in your matter. There are additional release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go through all of them, but all of which you're going to get a copy of in the paperwork here momentarily. Any questions, sir?
No question.
Okay. Thank you very much. If I can have you step to your left. And no house calls. Oh. Are you disappointed? Okay.
Can I go off the record?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that concludes the calendar. We're adjourned.
Sorry, I had you muted. I had you muted. No.
Oh, okay. Is the court interpreter on the line?
Yes. Ready when you are.
Okay. Should we plug her in now, or, so she could hear the advisement or the thing?
You can get the advice.
Okay. All right. Did I not tell everybody to sit down?
Yes, sorry, Commissioner, you were muted. I had muted you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody, please sit down. I thought I mentioned that. Apparently, I was muted, so not everybody heard me. But I appreciate everybody, those that remain standing, I appreciate that. Okay, this is the 8 p.m. calendar, starting 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar for September 13th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. And I understand we have the court interpreter on the line?
Correct.
Can you hear me?
You should be.
Can the court interpreter hear me?
Good evening, I can hear you, yes.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much. I believe we only have one defendant with two matters, so I'm going to call him now. We're going to take this matter first. Luis Puente, if I can have Luis Puente come to the podium, please. And if I can have Patrick Solano take a seat next to the door. All right. Sir, could I have you give me your full name and date of birth?
Luis Ángel Puente Fonseca.
Okay.
Luis Ángel Puente Fonseca.
I'm going to ask the interpreter to advise the defendant to let you first translate, and then I know he may understand a little bit of English, but at least to allow you to first translate and then have his response translated back to me.
Ok, nada más para hacerte saber que, aunque entiendas un poquito de inglés, todo va a pasar por medio de mí, así que lo que él me indique yo te lo traduzco y lo que vos me indiques yo se lo traduzco a él, ¿ok?
Okay.
Okay, now, sir, could you give me your full name and date of birth?
Luis Ángel Puente Fonseca, 28 de agosto del 99.
Let the interpreter say it first.
Okay,
Luis Ángel Puente Fonseca.
Okay, so his name is Luis Ángel Fuentes Fonseca, date of birth August 28, 1999.
Thank you. All right, sir, you are here on two different matters.
Okay, señor, estás aquí por dos diferentes asuntos.
The first is number 27 on the calendar. It is a out-of-county warrant through the Pioneer Justice Court.
Okay, el primero es el 27, que sería del condado, que sería el Tribunal de Justicia pionero de Warren, fuera del condado.
It is for one count of driving with a suspended license and one count of failure to appear, both Class 1 misdemeanors.
Entonces, es una orden judicial fuera del condado. La primera es por manejar conducir con la licencia suspendida.
I'm going to order that an attorney be appointed for you at your next hearing.
Y voy a ordenar a que un abogado esté en tu próxima cita, en tu próxima audiencia.
Your next hearing is an arraignment hearing on September 17th, 8:30 a.m.
Ok, tu próxima audiencia es a las 8:30 a.m. el 17 de septiembre.
As to the release conditions in your matter,
van a hablar la condición de liberación en sus asuntos.
the judge from the Pioneer Justice Court has ordered that your release conditions be a $500 cash-only bond.
Ok, el Tribunal de Justicia de los Pioneros ordenó que puedes tener la liberación por medio de fianza de $500 solo en efectivo.
I'm going to affirm that other judge's order for the $500 cash-only bond.
Voy a confirmar la orden de los otros jueces de $500 solamente en efectivo.
Your next case is also an out-of-county warrant from the Pioneer Justice Court.
Mi próximo caso también es igual que el anterior, fuera de la corte.
It is for one count of drug paraphernalia and one count of failure to appear, both Class 1 misdemeanors.
Ok, el próximo caso es por fallo de la primera clase como misionero y por las drogas.
I'm going to order that an attorney be appointed for you at your next hearing, which is an arraignment hearing on September 17th at 8:30 a.m.
También voy a ordenar que haya un abogado en su siguiente audiencia, que es el 17 de septiembre a las 8:30 a.m.
As to your release conditions, I am also going to affirm the previous judge's cash-only $500 bond.
Y las condiciones de liberación las voy a confirmar que, bueno, las de los jueces anteriores eran los $500 solamente en efectivo.
So in order for you to be released, you would either have to post a total of $1,000 in cash or wait until your next hearing to address release conditions.
Entonces, para poder ser liberado, entonces tienes que pagar un total de $1,000 en efectivo o esperar a la próxima audiencia a ver qué otras decisiones se toman.
All right, you're going to get a copy of all the paperwork related to your case from one of the officers here. If I could have you step to your left.
Vas a recibir copias de toda la documentación relacionada con el caso. Puedes ir por la izquierda.
Thank you. Can I have the interpreter announce to see if anyone else needs the services of the interpreter?
Do you want me to ask if someone else needs?
Yeah, just to make a general statement, just if anyone else in the gallery needs a Spanish-speaking interpreter.
Okay. ¿Alguien más aquí en todo el establecimiento necesita alguna intérprete?
I don't see any hands rising up from the gallery. So with that, I think we're done with the Spanish-speaking matters. Thank you very much, Madam Interpreter, for your help here today.
Of course. Thank you for coming, Rich. Have a great evening.
Thank you. You too. You too. Can I have Patrick Solano? Patrick Solano come to the podium, please. And can I have Cornelius West take a seat next to the door? Good afternoon. Oh, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Patrick David Solano, 12/6/1965.
Thank you very much. Mr. Solano, you are here on two different matters. I'm going to start with the most current first. On that matter, it is a brand new case stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, and one count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. As to both counts, I have found probable cause. I have also appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, after reviewing the totality of the circumstances thus far presented to the court feels that a secured appearance bond is appropriate and has set that bond in the amount of $5,000. $5,000 secured appearance bond. There are other release conditions. Should you be able to post that bond, and those release conditions include an electronic monitoring device that be installed on your person before you are released from custody, and that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. There are other release conditions that I'm not going to go over, but will all be provided to you in the paperwork you'll be receiving shortly. As to your other matter, number 29 on the calendar, that is a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. For that matter, I have appointed an attorney to represent you as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. As to that matter, the court has imposed what I call a placeholder bond in the amount of $50. So that ensures the fact that you get credit for all the time that you're in here, as well as the fact that you will be transported to your next court date for the probation matter in case you can't post bond for the other matter. There are additional release conditions. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you are going to get a copy of everything in the paperwork here momentarily. If I can have you step to your left. Cornelius West, please, to the podium. And if I could have Gabriel Carrasco take a seat next to the door. Good evening, sir. Could I have you give me your full name and date of birth?
Cornelius West, 10/14/85.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, you're here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, as well as one count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. As to the release conditions in this matter, given the circumstances of the totality of the circumstances presented to the court thus far, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000, $50,000. Should you be able to post that bond, you are not allowed to return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you are not to have any contact with the victim or victims in this matter. There are additional release conditions which apply. I'm not going to go over all of them here today, but you will get a copy of all of them here as you step to your left. Thank you very much. Gabriel Carrasco, please. If I can have Gabriel take the, Carrasco take the podium. And if I can have George Gonzalez take a seat next to the door. George Gonzalez.
Right over here, Carrasco. Behind this podium.
All right, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth? What's your name, sir?
Gabriel Alfonso Carrasco.
When were you born?
1978.
What date and month?
The 7th, January.
Did you say January?
January 7th.
Thank you very much. All right, sir, you are here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of possessing a prohibited weapon without the lawful authority to do so, a Class 4 felony, and unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, that's a Class 5 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, also at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to the release conditions in this matter, I do see that you have a DOC hold, and I've taken into account the number of felonies. As such, the court deems it appropriate that a secured appearance bond be implemented in this case in the amount of $15,000. $15,000. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over them with you, all of them here with you here today, but you are going to get a copy of everything here momentarily. If I can have you step to your left, please. George Gonzalez, please, to the podium. And if I can have Rosario Molina take a seat next to the door, please. Good evening, sir. Can I have you give me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Your Honor. George Peter Gonzalez, Jr., 12/4/1981.
There is a junior suffix as part of your name?
Yeah.
Okay. Let the record reflect I have, Mr. Gonzalez has a junior suffix to his name, and I've changed it, or added such to the IA detail. Mr. Gonzalez, you are here on 3 different matters. I'm going to start with the most current first, and then I'm going to kind of work my way down. The first one is you're here out of a Maricopa County Superior Court grand jury warrant. That warrant was issued by the grand jury. They found probable cause to exist as to one count of forgery, a Class 4 felony. As such, they have passed down an indictment. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is an arraignment on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. As to your release conditions on this matter, pursuant to the grand jury's sorry, give me 1 second.
Eric Banks, Lexi May, and Kimberly Harrington. These are 3 individuals that are criminals in that issue. I'm just going to say their names out loud. They're.
I understand. Give me a chance to.
I understand. Those 3 individuals, though, are the problem, not me.
So the bond in your case is a secured appearance bond of $1,000.
Okay.
$1,000 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond You are not allowed to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with any alleged victims. There are other conditions of your release. I'm not going to go over them with you here today, but you're going to get a copy of them before you leave. That concludes the grand jury related matter. Your other matter is number 12 on the calendar. It's a CR 2024 matter. You are here on Maricopa County Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 22nd at 8:30 a.m. As to the release conditions on that matter, I have imposed, or the court has imposed, what I call a placeholder bond. It's $50, 50. And that just ensures that you get credit for time served and that you are transported to your next court date should you not be able to post that $1,000.
So I won't, Your Honor, I won't be able to step outside unless I pay $1,050, right? That's how it works.
There's one more case.
Okay, so even more. Okay.
Your other case is, it's a municipal court warrant out of the City of Surprise Municipal Court for 2 misdemeanors. One is theft, one is criminal trespassing.
Homeless shit, just so you know, Your Honor.
And to that end, I'm going to ask that you let me finish saying everything, and please be mindful of the
I understand.
language.
I've been here before. You guys have brought me here before.
All right. So, with that said, I'm going to order that an attorney be appointed for you at your next hearing in Surprise.
Public pretender, and also, Your Honor, there should actually be 2
no.
other warrants that you're not even listing right now. There should be 5 warrants. I don't know why your guys' systems are not updated.
Let me finish. That the attorney that's appointed is not going to be appointed to represent you. They're just there to represent you as it relates to the bond that I'm placing in that matter, which is also a placeholder bond in the amount of $50.
Okay, so they're just there to just interpret for me, really. They're not an actual attorney.
In addition, you're not to return to the scene of the crime or have any contact with any of the alleged victims.
Okay.
So your total bond amount is $1,100 if you're able to post it for all 3 matters.
No,
If you're not, you're going to be transported to your other matters. There are other release conditions that I'm not going to go over with you, but will be included in all your paperwork. If I could have you step to your left to get a copy of all your paperwork, I'd thank you very much. All right. Rosario Molina. And if I can have Farrah Wilson come to the chair next to the door, please. Good evening, ma'am. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
I, Dolores Rosario Molina, and it's 08/26/1972.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you are here today on 2 different matters. I'm going to start with the most current first. It is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court with alleging that you have committed 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have found that probable cause exists as to both counts. As such, I have appointed a court-appointed counsel to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, that's at 8:30 a.m., followed by an evidentiary hearing on September 19th, the very next day at 1:30 p.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd at 8:30 a.m. All matters are going to be in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, because you are on felony release and you have an active case in the 2024, CR 2024 matter, I'm pursuant to statute, I have to hold you non-bondable in the 2025 matter, in the current matter. So you will be able to readdress release conditions at your evidentiary hearing on the 19th at 1:30 p.m. Now, for your other matter, the 2024 matter, you're here on that matter for a Maricopa County failure to appear bench warrant. As to that matter, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. The bond in that matter, your release conditions in that matter, is a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. And that is a previous judge's bond amount that I am affirming. Okay, you are going to get a copy of all the release conditions and all my orders here as you step to your left. Thank you. Farrell Wilson, if I can have Jose Meza take a seat next to the door, please. Good evening, ma'am. Could I have you give me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Farrell Wilson, June 11th, 1994.
Could you repeat the year? I think
1994.
94. Okay, thank you very much. Kind of faded out towards the end there. So, all right. So you are here on two matters. The first is a failure to appear bench warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. As to that matter, for a Class 6 felony, as to that matter, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the Downtown Superior Court. Your release conditions as to that matter is a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. $250 for that. Your other matter on the calendar, number 17, is also a failure to appear bench warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for another Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. And your next court date in that matter is the same as your court date in the previous matter, September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the Downtown Superior Court. As to this current matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So a total of $500 if you're able to post it. If you are able to post it, there are some additional release conditions which apply, including the fact that you have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. The rest of your release conditions I'm not going to go over, but you'll have all of them, or you'll get all of them in the paperwork you're about to receive. All right, thank you very much. If you could step to your left. Jose Meza, if I can have Jose Meza come to the podium, please, and if I can have Casey Schneider take a seat next to the door. Good evening, sir. Can I have you give me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Jose Rafael Meza, born 3/20/1980. Hello, Your Honor.
Good evening. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Meza, you are here on two matters. The first one is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for three counts. The first is possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. The second one is possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. And the third one is tampering or altering or destroying evidence. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. As to that count, I didn't find probable cause to exist as to the tampering or destroying evidence. I didn't find that the probable cause to exist, but I did find probable cause as to the other two matters. That's why I'm appointing you an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, also at 8:30 a.m., both in the Downtown Superior Court. As to this matter, the court has imposed a secure appearance bond in the amount of $750. $750 secured appearance bond. If you do post that bond, there are some additional release conditions which will apply. I'm not going to go over all of them with you, but you are going to get a copy of them in the paperwork you're going to receive here shortly. Your second matter is number 14 on the calendar. That is a probation violation matter, also stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. In that matter, it is alleged that you have violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. I am affirming a previous court's imposition of bond in the amount of $250 secured appearance. Secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Should you be able to post that bond, or both bonds in both matters, $750 and $250, a total of $1,000, there are additional release conditions which apply. A copy of all, that I have not gone over, but a copy of all of which you're going to get here momentarily. Okay.
So, and it has to be cash, 1,000?
No.
Has to be cash?
No.
No, no, okay.
No, secured appearance.
Okay.
So usually if you contact a bond company, I'm not telling you to do it, but, or
Right.
you do family members, they usually have to put 10% down. It could be a little bit more, a little bit less. And bond companies here, from what I understand, collect calls from jail.
So I got to stay in jail to like try to post bond?
Talk to a bond company
Oh, right,
possibly about posting it. I'm the judge, so I'm, you know, it's $1,000 total.
Okay.
Usually they'll ask for 10% down, which is $100.
Right, that's okay.
Right. Thank you very much. If you just stepped your leg.
Thank you, Honor.
All right, Casey Snyder and Ryan Lamb. If I can have Ryan Lamb have a seat next to the door, please. Mr. Snyder, hello. I saw you earlier today. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Casey Snyder, 12286.
Thank you very much. You are here on another matter, different matter. It's a FTA bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. Apparently, you got page 2'd.
On a bench warrant because I didn't appear to the court?
There's a page 2, and so usually what that means is there could be alleging a violation in that matter. So
I did have court the day I got arrested, and I was sick. I was throwing up all day and trying to contact my probation officer and my lawyer to find out what to do.
Yeah, and I'm sensing that, and I saw some of those in the circumstances that I took into consideration. That's why I know there's a bond set for your other matter that I said earlier today. For this matter, I'm just putting it what's called a placeholder bond in the amount of $50. So that basically ensures the fact that you get credit until you're able to post, for this matter. So you can, look in posting the bond on the other matter if you can. But if you don't, you'll get credit day for day for everything that all the time you're spending here. Plus, it also ensures the fact that you're going to be transported to this matter on September 19th as well. But
I didn't know what to do. I even have proof on my phone of me trying to get a hold of somebody, but
I sense those circumstances. That's why it's $50. Yeah. There's some additional release conditions that you would have to comply with if you're able to make the bond in the other matter as well as this one. I'm not going to go over them, but you'll get a copy of all of them in the paperwork you're about to receive. All right. Thank you very much, sir. If I can have you step to your left.
thank you.
Ryan Lamb, and if I can have Vincent Pierce. Vincent Pierce, have a seat by the door. Good evening, sir. Can you give me your full name and date of birth?
Ryan Lamb, 4/1988.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lamb, you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th in the downtown Superior Court at 8:30 a.m. As to your release conditions, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500 $2,500 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to make that bond, there are additional release conditions which apply, which I'm not going to go over with you today, but a copy of which you will receive here shortly. The bond of $2,500 is affirmed. What that means is that it was set by a previous judge, and I'm just merely affirming it today.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. If I can have you step to your left. All right. Vincent Piers. And if I could have Elijah Taylor have a seat next to the door, please. Good evening, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Vincent Allen Piers, 3/22/1960.
Thank you very much. Good. Okay. I thought you were getting my attention. All right, sir. You are here as a result of a failure to appear bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Although you may already have one, is it possible?
They had one appointed earlier.
Okay. That person may jump back in on the case, but just out of an overabundance of caution, I'm just appointing one anyway. Your next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to the release conditions in your matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. $750. Your previous release conditions were a $50 bond, but your release conditions were not properly met. So this time it's $750.
Your Honor, could I ask you a favor, or the court a favor? I take care of my elderly mom, and is there a way to lower it to 500? I would be able to make 500. 750, I'm not able to.
It is a secured appearance bond. I don't know if that makes a difference for you. In other words, a cash-only bond, you would have to come up with $750. A secured appearance bond, usually you would have to, if you contact a bond company, you'd only have to put 10% down or so. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes a little less. And once you put that 10% down, and the rest could be collateralized, and then that would be sufficient to meet your release conditions.
Oh, okay. So you're saying $75 down to the bondsman?
Yeah. And bonds companies, you'll get I'm going to have the officers will give you a list of the bond companies that folks contact through here. They usually accept collect calls as well.
All right.
So if you do make bond, there are some additional release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go through all of them here with you, but you're going to get a copy of them here in the paperwork coming up. All right. If I can step to your left. Thank you. All right. Elijah Taylor. And if I could have Cody Barron come to the seat next to the door, please. Good evening, sir. Can I have you give me your full name and date of birth?
Elijah Taylor, 12/28/99.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, you're here on a municipal court warrant from the City of Tolleson Municipal Court for a Class 1 misdemeanor drug paraphernalia. Typically for these kind of offenses, a defendant is not entitled to the appointment of counsel. Although you can hire a private attorney at your own cost and expense. On this matter, I reviewed the circumstances. You have an arraignment. That's your next court date on September 29th at 8:30 a.m. in Tolleson Municipal Court. As to your release conditions, I feel like given the nature of this charge, if you appear in court, you can handle this pretty expeditiously. So with that said, if you promise to appear on your own at your next court date, I will release you on your own recognizance here today. Do you promise to appear?
Yes.
Okay. then it is ordered releasing you on your own recognizance, based on your promise to appear. There are some additional release conditions that you would have to comply with, a copy of which will all be given to you in the paperwork you're about to receive. Thank you very much. Cody Barron, and if I could have Adrian Taylor have a seat next to the door, please. Good evening, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Good evening. It is Cody Adam Boron, 01/26/1992.
Thank you very much. So you're here on a failure to appear bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for one count of theft of means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you, even though you may have one appointed already. Your next court date is a status conference scheduled for September 18th. September 18th, followed by a preliminary witness hearing scheduled for September 22nd. Both of those settings are going to be at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. Your previous conditions of release on this matter were pretrial services. However, you have failed to appear just on those release conditions. So at this point, the court deems it appropriate to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500, $1,500 secured appearance bond.
What do you, sorry, question. What do you mean I didn't secure the conditions? What were the conditions exactly? Like I didn't, or can you explain those?
You were released to pretrial services, but that release, you were just supposed to check in with them. Those release conditions were not enough to ensure the fact that you would come back to future court dates.
Okay. What happened was I did check in with my PO or whoever it is, I forget his name, but then I got caught up in Mesa Court and they cut my thing off. And so then I had no phone to contact anybody, and I thought they would have contacted him and been like, oh, he's here, then come pick me up and put it back on or something. I don't know. I've never had this before, so I was very confused on what I was supposed to do at that point because I have no phone. I had no way of contacting this man at all because I'm homeless.
I don't show that you had an ankle bracelet on your previous, as part of your previous release in this matter.
It was an ankle bracelet.
So
that was the condition. So my condition was to check in with my PO and whatnot. And even my attorney, I was like, he didn't tell me previously that my conditions was an ankle bracelet. And she's like, we need an ankle bracelet on you. I'm like, okay. I would have literally signed the document saying it was a felony and I would have left. And I've been fine with that if I knew that I was going to have an ankle bracelet.
I'm not imposing an ankle bracelet this time.
Okay, thank you. But like, that's what it was. So I was confused.
Just the secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. Usually with a secured appearance bond, it's $150 or 10% down would.
I have no money. I'm poor.
Secure it.
I got hit by a truck and I've not had a job in the past 6 months. I'm homeless, so I cannot do that at all.
You can argue, possibly argue modification of release conditions at your next court date. And I will be appointing an attorney to help you there.
Can I have a new one? Because the old one didn't really listen to anybody.
I don't see I'm just appointing somebody. It's up to them who they assign.
Yeah.
If I could have you step to your left to get a copy of your release conditions. Thank you. Adrian Taylor. And if I can have Christian Weatherspoon come to the chair next to the door, please. Good evening, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Adrian Taylor, 07/16/2003.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, you're here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for the alleged counts in that matter are one count of unlawful flight, a Class 5 felony, one count of failure to notify anyone of the. You know what? I'm going to reprint this. Sorry about that. one count of, one count of failure to notify anyone after you struck a fixture, and one count of resisting arrest. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. The failure to notify is a Class 1 misdemeanor, and then, as I mentioned before, the unlawful flight is a Class 5 felony. I have found no probable cause as to the failure to notify. However, I did find probable cause to exist as to the unlawful flight and the passive resistance. As such, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on September 29th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 1st, both at 8:30 a.m., both in this downtown Superior Court. In this matter, pertaining to your release conditions, I have reviewed the information provided by police thus far, but I've also reviewed the fact that you have no criminal history. And to this court, that is significant, and that is telling of the fact that you are more likely than not to appear at your next court date without the imposition of heavier restrictions. As such, let me finish, because you don't want to try to talk me out of this. I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance.
Okay, thank you.
Here's the, there are some conditions of your release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you're not to have any contact with the alleged victims in your matter. There are some other release conditions. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you're going to get a copy of all of them in the paperwork you're about to receive.
Okay, thank you. I just want to get home to my daughter.
You're released OR, so good luck to you. Thank you. Christian Witherspoon. And if I can have Gorlande Alexandra come to the seat next to the door. Good evening, ma'am. Could I have you give me your full name and date of birth?
Christian Witherspoon, January 8th, 2006.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you're here today on a new case stemming from a justice court, Santan Justice Court. It is for one count of disorderly conduct as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to that count. I am appointing an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is an arraignment on September 30th at 9 a.m. in the Santan Justice Court. As to the release conditions in your matter, there are several, but let me start off by saying I will be releasing you on your own recognizance here today. However, there are some additional release conditions. You can't go back to the alleged scene of the crime. I understand that might be your home, but you can't go back there, and you can have no contact with the alleged victim in this matter. You know what, I'm going to have to reprint this because I want to include the civil standby. You're also, because you can't return to your home, you're going to have to find an alternate place to live. Pending the outcome of this matter, maybe even longer, as well as unless your release conditions are changed by a judicial officer, downstream. I understand that the place where the alleged offense took place may be your home, so I'm including as part of my order one civil standby order to include, and what that means is that before going to your residence, you have to contact your local law enforcement and schedule an appointment for them to meet you there, so then you can collect your personal items at one time. And then before going to so you can take them to your new alternate residence. You're going to get a copy of all my release conditions here momentarily. Do you have a question?
Can I ask how long I am to stay away from Or is it just like forever, I can't go back?
Right now, until until your case is resolved, or until your next court date, which is, September 30th, you may be able to discuss a change in your release conditions on September 30th. I didn't mean November 30th. September 30th at 8 a.m. in the Santan Justice Court. So, I understand that it's a unique set of facts in your case, that that there's a co-defendant, there's another, that your significant other is also a defendant.
Yeah.
Here as well, and a victim. So you guys are both defendants, and you're the victim in his case, and he's the victim in your case. And so it's a very unique set of facts. I have appointed an attorney. It's important that when he or she contacts you, you guys talk right away about a possible resolution to this, or amendment to your release conditions. Okay. Thank you very much. If I can have you step to your left. And then, Rolande Alexander. And if I mispronounce your name, my apologies.
Commissioner, she might be needing an interpreter for French. I have her on the line. I just want to confirm with her prior.
Okay. Do you speak and understand English?
I can understand a little bit.
Okay. All right, then, to help you understand more fully, we are bringing on an interpreter. I believe it's French. All right, this is Commissioner John Agra. Can the interpreter hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being available at this hour. Okay, I have called the defendant to the podium in front of me. I'm going to ask the defendant to please give me her full name and date of birth.
Absolutely, go right ahead.
If you could translate that for me, please ask her on my behalf to give me her full name and date of birth.
Hello, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oui, puis-je avoir votre nom complet et votre date de naissance, s'il vous plaît?
Garland Alexandre, 12 avril 1982.
The interpreter just clarifies a little problem here. Diana, vous pouvez répéter, s'il vous plaît? Diana?
Garland Alexandre.
Jacqueline Alexandre. Et la date, il faut dire doucement votre date de naissance.
12 avril 1982.
82. April 2nd, 1982.
To clarify, is it April 2nd or April 12th?
C'est le 12 avril ou le 2 avril?
12 avril.
It's the 12th of April.
Thank you very much.
Merci.
All right. Ma'am, you are here today on a new matter arising out of the Goodyear Municipal Court.
Vous êtes ici aujourd'hui pour quelque chose de nouveau pour le équipement du tribunal.
Your new matter involves one count of assault as a Class 1 misdemeanor and one count of disorderly conduct, also as a Class 1 misdemeanor.
La première chose, c'est quelque chose à soulever. La première fois, on appelle ça. Et deuxièmement, c'est aussi correspondance compliquée. Ça, c'est le cours deuxième.
I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts.
J'ai trouvé quoi pour les deux choses? Conclusion, qu'est-ce que c'est pour les deux choses que vous êtes là aujourd'hui?
However, given the nature of this offense, you are not entitled to a court-appointed attorney.
À cause de cette situation, vous n'avez pas le droit d'avoir un avocat pour l'assistance.
However, you can hire a private attorney at your own expense.
Mais si vous voulez, vous pouvez commander un avocat que vous êtes responsable vous-même de payer, demander pour la présence d'un avocat si vous voulez.
Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 1st at 1 p.m.
La prochaine rendez-vous, c'est le premier. The interpreter asked you to clarify one more time. I'm sorry, October 1st.
October 1st at 1 p.m.
Ça va être le 1er octobre à 13h, à 1h de l'après-midi.
Next, I want to talk about your release conditions.
Ensuite, je vais vous parler de quand vous allez être peut-être libéré.
I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance for this matter.
Pour les choses qui se passent, je vais vous libérer pour que vous pouvez jusqu'à la prochaine rendez-vous. Vous allez être libéré.
However, there are some additional conditions to your release that you must abide by.
Avant que je vous libère, il y a certaines choses que vous devez surveiller et régler.
They include that you are not allowed to return to the scene of the alleged crime.
Première chose, vous ne pouvez pas retourner de l'endroit où il y avait des choses criminelles qui est arrivées. Il ne faut pas retourner là-bas.
You are also not allowed to have any contact with the alleged victim in this matter.
Vous ne pouvez pas aussi communiquer avec la personne que vous avez agressée, qu'il y a eu des difficultés entre vous et l'autre personne. Il ne faut pas les contacter.
You are also required to find an alternative residence and provide the court with proof of that residence.
Vous devez aussi trouver une autre résidence et il faut nous dire, le tribunal, où est la résidence où vous allez être logé quand vous trouvez.
I understand that the residence, that the scene of the, let me start again. I understand that the scene of the alleged crime may be your home.
Je comprends l'endroit où les choses criminelles sont arrivées, peut-être c'était votre maison.
That is why I'm also including as part of my order, one civil standby order from this court.
C'est pour ça que je suis en train de clarifier une chose précisément que vous devez faire par rapport à l'ancien endroit peut-être où vous êtes logé.
What that means is that you must contact your local law enforcement and schedule an appointment for them to meet you at your house.
Ça veut dire que vous devez contacter quelqu'un, ça veut dire le policier ou l'administration, de vous accompagner si vous avez besoin de passer votre maison pour, par exemple, récupérer les choses.
This is so that you will be allowed a small opportunity to collect your personal belongings so that you will not continue to reside there.
Ça veut dire que vous
Sorry.
êtes obligé de retrouver, excuse the interpreter as well, récupérer vos affaires personnelles avec l'assistance pouvez passer avec eux pour récupérer vos affaires personnelles.
This order will remain in effect until either the conclusion of your case or another judicial officer changes your release conditions.
Et ça va continuer jusqu'à la fin de votre dossier qu'on est en train de régler avec vous pour les décisions. Ou bien s'il y avait quelqu'un d'autre aussi qui va assister et peut-être changer l'exemple de ce qu'il faut faire par rapport à votre ancien logement.
Okay, you're going to be getting a copy of all of my orders and release conditions from the officer here in a moment. If I could have you step to your left.
Si vous pouvez bouger à gauche, il y aura un document avec tout ce que j'avais expliqué, toutes les conditions. C'est un administratif policier qui va vous donner ça avec toutes les informations que j'avais expliquées.
Je peux poser une question?
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
J'ai 2 enfants à la maison.
Allez-y.
J'ai 2 enfants à la maison et qui vivent avec cette personne-là. Donc, comment est-ce qu'on voit la sécurité de mes enfants?
So I have 2 children at the home that we're speaking about. With the person that we're speaking about, how am I going to deal with the security of my 2 children?
Pick one. Together. It is the court's understanding that the security of your children is not in question, number one. And then
Sécurité de vos enfants, c'est pas une question maintenant normalement.
And number two, you could, are the children minors?
Et deuxième question, est-ce que les enfants, c'est les mineurs? Donc, quel âge?
13 ans, 15 ans.
Do you have custody of the children or does someone else?
13 years old, 15 years old. C'est vous qui, normalement, garde les enfants ou c'est quelqu'un d'autre en ce moment qui est responsable pour les enfants?
C'est moi, on vit avec les enfants, je vis avec eux.
I live with the children. I am responsible for the children.
Okay. I cannot comment as to what the guardianship or custody of the children will be moving forward. I think you should contact an attorney and ask the attorney those questions moving forward.
Pour faire la suite, je ne peux pas donner des commentaires pour ça. Il faut que vous contactez un avocat qui peut vous assister, ce qu'il faut faire de suite par rapport aux enfants.
This court's concern is for the safety of the victim in this case.
Notre tribunal est responsable pour la personne qui était attaquée. On doit juste faire ça avec notre tribunal.
With that, if you could please step to your left.
Avec ça, s'il vous plaît, il faut bouger à gauche.
I'd like to thank the court interpreter for her time. The defendant has left the courtroom as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for using my service. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can go ahead. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 other people on the calendar. it is my understanding and belief that they were not brought to court today because of either seriously disruptive behavior or the fact that they could be a danger to themselves and others. As such, I will be making a house call. The first is number 6 on the calendar, Francisco Castillo. Mr. Castillo is here on a out-of-county warrant for ag DUI, a class 4 felony. The court will be appointing an attorney to represent him at his next hearing, which is an arraignment hearing on September 17 at 8:30 a.m. in the Pinal County Superior Court. As to the release conditions, the court is inclined to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $35,000. As to the next matter, Gino Altamirano, number 22 on the calendar. Gino's here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of shoplifting. I have determined that there is probable cause to exist as to both counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a status conference on September 18th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, also at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to the release conditions, the court is inclined to set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500, $1,500, and that is given the significant priors and DOC history of the defendant. The next matter is Benjamin, spelled SYWARUNGSYMUN. As to his matter, it is a new matter out of the San Marcos Justice Court for 1 count of disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to that matter. However, he's not entitled to the services of a court-appointed attorney. You know what? Give me one second. I withdraw that. I am going to reprint his order. I am going to make him. I am going to appoint an attorney for him because it is stemming from a justice court matter. It is my inclination to release him on his own recognizance with some domestic violence terms that he not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the victim. Also that he find, I have to do one more, I'm sorry, that he find a alternative residence. I'm also going to include 1 civil standby order. Okay, I'm going to reprint. Those
You're
are
going to
2.
redo that one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
For the defendant whose last name I had to spell out.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and finally, as to Christopher Manoa, he's here on 3 matters. The first is a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for 1 count of escape and class 5 felony and 2 counts of aggravated assault, class 6 felonies. I have found probable cause to exist as to all counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a status conference on September 18th, followed by a preliminary hearing on September 22nd, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to his release conditions, the court has imposed, or is inclined to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. As to his next matter, number 30 on the calendar, that matter is, stems out of a Superior Court probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. It is the court's inclination to set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 for a Term 1 violation. Next matter, of Mr. Manoa's matter is number 31 on the calendar. That is also a Superior Court probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a probation and revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. It is the court's inclination to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 for that matter as well. And finally, number 32 on the calendar, also with Mr. Manoa, is also a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent him on that matter as well. His next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on September 19th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. It is the court's inclination to impose a $250 bond on that matter as well. If after visiting these folks in custody as part of a house call, I've changed any of my inclinations, I will do so in a separate writing and not go back on the record on this calendar. As such, this calendar is now concluded and we are adjourned.
All right. Thank you, officer. Thank you, everyone. Please have a seat. Good evening. This is the 11 p.m. calendar for the 13th day of the month. On the first day of this month, orders were read onto the record that affect all of you regarding DNA and fingerprinting. In just a moment, I'm going to call you up to the podium one at a time. When you get to the podium, I need your name. I'll tell you the charges you're here on. I'll appoint most of you an attorney. I'll set your next hearing date, give you a location. I'll set your general release conditions. All of you will have general release conditions. They are as follows. Do not make contact with the arresting officer. Do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid license. Keep us informed as to where you are living. If you're on probation, you'll be ordered to contact your probation officer. If the charges you're being seen here today indicate there may be a victim, you'll be ordered to stay away from that victim and not return to the scene of the alleged crime. At the end of the hearing, one of these fine officers will hand it all to you in writing. When you have a moment, read it over again. Thank you, folks. Mr. Ybarra, Vincent, you're first. After Vincent is Miguel. Miguel, have a seat next to the door. Come on up. Good evening. Tell me your name, please.
Vincent Ibarra.
Mr. Ibarra, this is an aggravated assault case. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 18th day of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $15,000. Good luck, sir.
Name.
Mr. Tapia, Miguel. After Miguel is Jose Chavez. Come on up, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Miguel Tapia.
Sir, you have two different matters. The first one is aggravated driving under the influence as a Class 4 felony, theft as a Class 6 felony, criminal damage as a misdemeanor, assault as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 18th of this month, downtown Phoenix. A bond is $2,500. Your next one, sir, is a probation violation matter. I've appointed you that same attorney. Your probation revocation hearing is going to be on the 19th of this month, downtown Phoenix. I set bond in the amount of $50. Please reach out to your probation officer. They may have some ideas that might be helpful to you.
Yes.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Jose, Mr. Chavez, and then Jones is after Chavez. Tell me your name, please.
Jose Chavez.
Sir, this is aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing date is on the 18th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $2,500. With all driving under the influence charges, there are driving privileges, suspensions, or revocations. So before you get behind the wheel, please make sure you have a valid license, or this just gets worse. Good luck, sir. Jones. Come on up, Mr. Jones. And Ms. Romero is after Mr. Jones. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Jackson Takari Jones.
Mr. Jones, you have three different matters. The first one is a burglary, Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 18th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $1,500. The next two are both probation violation matters. Again, I've appointed you that same attorney. You're going to have two probation revocation hearings on the same date, the 19th, both downtown Phoenix. Each one of them has a $50 bond. Please reach out to your probation officer. They may have some ideas that might be helpful. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Romero, come on up, Ms. Romero. And then Mr. Hill is after Ms. Romero. Good evening, Ms. Barbero. Tell me your full name.
Angelica Johnson.
But you used to be called Romero?
Oh, yes, I got married. Sorry, sir.
Thank you. Date of birth, June 20th of 94?
Correct.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The first matter is a reckless driving case. It's a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on a misdemeanor. That's up to the Dreamy Draw judge. You're going to meet the Dreamy Draw judge on the 17th of this month. They want an unusual bond amount, $1,203. What that normally means, but I don't have their files, is you fail to pay a fine or a fee, and that's what they want. The next matter, Miss, excuse me. The next matter is a misdemeanor driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled license and exceeding the speed limit posted by over 20 miles per hour, another misdemeanor. Again, I cannot appoint you an attorney. That's up to the Santan judge, a different justice of the peace. You're going to meet that judge on the 17th in Santan this month. Bond is set at $50. Good luck, miss.
Okay.
Mr. Hill. Come on up, Mr. Hill. And Valentino Tos. Valentino, you're after Calvin. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Calvin Wayne Hill.
Mr. Hill, this is a theft as a misdemeanor out of Goodyear. It's a municipal warrant from Goodyear. I cannot appoint you an attorney in Goodyear. It's up to the Goodyear judge. They probably won't under these circumstances, but you're going to meet the Goodyear judge on the 17th of this month. The Goodyear judge wants an unusual bond, $1,021. That usually means you failed to pay some fines or fees. When you meet the Goodyear judge, if you haven't bonded out, they'll set up time payments. Just keep them informed.
Can I say something, Judge?
Sure.
So I thought this was all combined together from 2016. So I didn't know I had any warrants. Even today with my license. I mean, not my license. My I went blank. My license plate in the back. I didn't know I had any warrants at all. So I paid all my tickets off, which I got my driver's license back in. I had no clue of it. So when he told me, and to be honest, I paid Goodyear some money to get my driver's license back. So when he told me I had a $1,000 warrant out of Goodyear, I don't understand it. I really don't.
Well, sir, the easiest way to take care of this is to pay the $1,021 and then take it up with Goodyear.
I can pay it Friday. I get paid Friday.
Outstanding. You can probably make a deal with a bondsman tonight. And
I'm staying. So I'm staying.
It stays at $1,021. Yes. Good luck, sir.
Do I get released or am I staying?
It's $1,021. Valentino. And after Valentino is Mr. Ross. Is it pronounced Tos?
So,
Tell me your full name, sir.
Valentino Valentine, so TSO.
Thank you. Sir, this is a simple assault as a misdemeanor, a disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor, another disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor, and a failure to appear as a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on misdemeanors. You're going to meet the judge who can on the 17th. That judge wants a $750 bond, and that's the Pioneer Justice Court judge. Good luck, sir.
Okay.
Nathan, Mr. Ross? And William is after Nathan. Tell me your full name, sir.
Nathan Ross, 6/12/2000.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. I appreciate the different additional information. This is a probation violation warrant for your arrest. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 19th of this month, downtown Phoenix. The probation judge, Rodney Mitchell, wants a $750 bond. Please reach out to your probation officer. They may have some ideas that might be helpful to you. Good luck, sir.
Appreciate it.
William Lavelle, or Lavallee, I'm not sure. And then Ms. Derby is after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, please.
William Lavelle.
Mr. Lavelle, I'm sorry I added an E to that, even though it looks like it has an E. Sir, this is shoplifting as a Class 4 felony, another shoplifting as a Class 4 felony, narcotic drugs as a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony, shoplifting as a misdemeanor, and another shoplifting as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 29th of this month, downtown Phoenix. You're being released to pretrial services. What that means is one of those two officers is going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it carefully. You'll be out of here in 6 hours, but within that paperwork are the rules you have to follow to stay out of trouble. Good luck, sir. Miss Derby, come on up, Miss Derby. And Stacy Wilcott is after Miss Derby. Tell me your full name, Miss Derby.
Karina Derby.
Miss, this is dangerous drugs and narcotic drugs. Those are both Class 4 felonies. Drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is on the 29th of this month, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in 6 hours. Good luck. Stacy, come on up, Miss Wilcott. After Stacy is Jose Oliveras. Tell me your full name, please.
Stacy Siobhan Wilcott.
Miss, you have two different matters. This first one is driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled license. That's a misdemeanor. Knowingly displaying false plates, another misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on misdemeanors, but you'll meet the judge who can on the 30th of this month, and this is at the Buckeye Municipal Court. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in 6 hours. The next one's a dangerous drug case and a drug paraphernalia case. Those are Class 4 and Class 6 felonies, respectfully. I've appointed you an attorney on those cases. Your next hearing again is on the 29th, but this one is downtown Phoenix. Again, you're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jose? And then Milan. It's after this gentleman. Tell me your full name.
Jose Luis Pimentel Olivares.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this is disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor. Criminal damage as a misdemeanor. Assault as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Strike that. I cannot appoint you an attorney. That's up to the surprise judge. You're going to meet the surprise judge on the 7th day of October in Surprise. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Remember, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not make contact with the alleged victims. Good luck, sir.
I have a question.
I may not have an answer, but go ahead.
So it's on the last thing you told me. So that's the place that I live in. I'm the one person that supports that household. So where am I supposed to go?
Well, here's my problem. I'm supposed to do least restrictive release conditions for you, which is letting you out. I don't have a lease in front of me. I don't have ownership papers in front of me to tell me who owns what. So if you've got ownership papers or lease papers that you're in the name, take those to your next judge and ask him or her to change this.
Oh.
Good luck. But I want to make sure the other parties are safe in between now and then. That's my purpose.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Blanca, come on up. And Connor is after this lovely lady. Tell me your full name, please, miss.
Hi, Blanca Milan, 72773.
Thank you for the additional information, miss. I appreciate it. This is shoplifting out of Goodyear. It's a misdemeanor. I cannot appoint you an attorney on a misdemeanor. That's up to the Goodyear judge. They probably won't, but they can if they think it's necessary. You're going to meet the Goodyear judge on the 1st of next month in Goodyear. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in 6 hours. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not make contact with the alleged victim. Good luck, miss.
They will give me the charges?
Pardon me?
They will give me the charges in Goodyear?
I just gave you the charges. The charges are written on a piece of paper those two officers have. Read it over. They're all misdemeanors. Goodyear can give you an attorney. They probably won't, but these types of charges are simply fines normally. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
But it's up to the Goodyear judge. He or she's in charge. Connor? Mr. Jacobs, come on up.
I ask you a question.
Hold on.
Okay.
Tell me your full name, sir.
My name's Connor Levi Jacobs.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this is a shoplifting as a Class 4 felony and a dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony. I have appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is on the 29th at downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Remember, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not make contact with the alleged victim. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Mr. Munoz. Mr. Munoz, come on up. And Mr. Johnson, you're after Mr. Munoz. Good evening, Mr. Munoz. Tell me your full name.
Eleodoro Munoz.
Mr. Munoz, this is leaving the scene of an accident as a misdemeanor out of the Kyrene Justice Court. That's up to, I cannot appoint you an attorney in Kyrene. That's up to the Kyrene judge. You're going to meet the Kyrene judge on the first day of October at the Kyrene Justice Court. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Craig Johnson, come on up.
How you doing, good?
I'm doing well, sir. I hope you are too under the circumstances.
I am.
Tell me your full name, sir.
Craig Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, you have no charges here in Arizona. That's the good thing. The bad thing is another state, well, came out of Philadelphia. They think they're their own state. Not really, but just a small joke. Philadelphia issued a national warrant for your arrest. They want you. My turn first. They want you. We've got you. We don't want you. But by you having a national warrant for your arrest, that makes you a fugitive of justice. Did you get a chance to read that big piece of paper that was laminated?
Yes, I've been through
What that simply means is it's my job to try to get you back to Philadelphia to deal with these charges.
That's what I'm saying.
I stand correct. I think the boss.
I wanted to correct you. I was like,
I think the boss just told me it was
crazy.
I apologize. I've got too many of these.
I was like, what the? I'm sitting there like, who?
Little Texas, Philadelphia. Well, sir, I apologize. But long story short is another state has issued a warrant for your arrest. My job to get you back there. That triggers what's called extradition. Extradition is a 90-day process by which two governors talk to each other, sign the paperwork, and then you get extradited back to that other state, Texas. Thank you, miss. During that period of time, you have a right to a bond. Texas wants an unusual bond of $40,005. Or you can waive extradition, which means you stay in custody. We send notice. I say we. Those officers or one of their associates send notice to Texas. Texas beats feet over here and has to have you out of here within 30 days. Texas is really good. It's usually somewhere between 3 and 7 days. That's my experience, getting you out of here. What do you want to do? Waive the extradition and get back to Texas and take care of this, or do you want your extradition rights and a $40,005 bond?
Okay, all right. Can I give you a little explanation?
Those are your two options.
No, I'm saying I just went through this maybe 7 months ago with another case with Georgia, and my mom works for American Airlines, so I can get back immediately, just get it handled. And the judge gave me a week to get back there, get it handled. If I don't get back, he's giving me a warrant in a week, so he gave me a court date for a week to get down there, get it handled. If I didn't get it handled, he's going to give me a court date, so if I didn't, I would just waive my rights here if I didn't get it done. So I can literally get that done by Monday. Monday, Tuesday, I can literally get on a flight for free, get down there, get it handled. I'm already in contact. My mom's already in contact with my lawyer. We already have the deal on the table. It's for probation. We already have everything squared away. I could get down there by myself. Please, just
Sir, I've got two options. You can waive and get back to Texas, and Texas will come get you. You're non-bondable if you waive. If you want to have extradition, I'm setting a bond of what Texas wants, which is $40,005. Which way do you want to go?
But when I get an extra, would I get another extradition hearing this week coming up?
Yes, about 10 days, yes. For Bart Spencer, a wonderful judge.
So, all right, hold on. Would you give me, because Texas is going to come regardless. I know they're going to come regardless, but could you just make it 2 weeks? Because they're going to come within the 2 weeks, 1 week. If you make it tomorrow, they're going to come. So could we just speed the process up a little? Because when I was in Yavapai, the guy made it 2 weeks, and they came in 2 weeks.
Well, sir, all I can tell you is the officers here, one of these two or their associates, will contact Texas and say whether there's a bond or whether you waive. And that will decide what Texas does. If you waive, they have to be here and you have to be out of here within 30 days. That is the law.
I know that, but I'm saying like.
Sir, those are your options.
But even here, I went through it before, but here.
Sir, I don't know who did that before, but that's not the policy of the Superior Court. I don't know who did that, but I'm not going to do that.
I mean, would I be able to have a lawyer within?
Sir, extradition is a civil process. I'm not allowed to give you a lawyer. You can hire one, but I cannot give you one.
I mean, I'm not trying to explain it to you, but I'm saying I been through like a FOJ like 3 times, and each time I had a lawyer to.
Well, sir, I don't know where you got a lawyer from.
Pima County, Yavapai County.
In the state of Arizona, that sounds unrealistic because we're not allowed to do that.
No, I had FOJs to Texas before from Yavapai, and they had a lawyer.
Sir, here's what I'm going to do. Since I'm not saying this in a manner that you understand, I apologize. I'm going to enter a denial on your behalf. I'm going to set the next matter for a hearing date and put the bond of $40,000 plus $5 like Texas wants.
But would I be able to sign this week? Would I be able to sign, like, say if I wanted to sign it tomorrow, would I be able to sign it tomorrow?
You can file a written request to talk to Barb Spencer. She probably wouldn't see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, but Barb might pull you in on Monday or sometime next week, but it'd have to be a written request. It's called a motion. Good luck, sir.
God, thank you.
Did I miss anything, miss, other than the state? No. Thank you. Thank you, officers.
I just need you to sign that. Oh, no, you did already.
Did I?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, officers.